Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? I got a 4-hour layover here in the airport. So if you're traveling this weekend, I'm praying for you. I'm going to talk about the market right quick while these people are listening in. But my name is Larry Jones. For those of you that are new to the page, go ahead and click the like, subscribe, and notification bell.
Caller, please come to the door mark 110 to board your aircraft to Buffalo. Haley calling. This is your last call to board your aircraft to Buffalo. The doors will be closing shortly.
Anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. All right. So listen, let's talk about the market until I get disrupted again. Listen, so we got all of these numbers, right? We got CPI, we got CPE, we got core CPI, we got core CPE, we got GDP.
Haley caller. Your flight is boarded through the door mark 110, which is directly behind the food court. Doors will be closing shortly. Please come to 110 to board your aircraft to Buffalo.
GDP, gross domestic product, right? So at the end of this month, we will find out, in fact, if we are in a recession or not. According to Larry, we're in a soft recession, and I believe that we will be. There are signs of that we are in a recession right now, okay? If your stocks are down by 80 and 90%, you're in a recession. You don't have to wait. But we do know that inflation is still high and productivity is low. So there's data coming out early to prove that. So we're going to let the Fed go through all of their numbers and all of that. So we can know, in fact, technically, that we are in a recession. But remember, when we find out that we're in a recession, we're already 6 to 7 months into the recession, right? I'm one that will be okay with that. That means that at least we will have 7 months behind us. But here's what I think is happening for the future of the market, and I've been pretty consistent, and it's just a estimate, a guesstimation is what I'm going to call it, if that's a word. I've been saying Q4, the second half of Q4. So I believe that the last 2 months of the year, especially the last 6 weeks. So I believe the last 2 months or the last 6 weeks of this year will be green. I believe that inflation is starting to slow down, but not reverse, okay? And so numbers will come out and we will find out, in fact, if that's happening. But it just takes time. With gas this high and food this high, we are not at the bottom, okay? And so those are some of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys on this weekend. Also, Monday, we're going to be celebrating the 4th, so the markets will not be open. It's going to be a short week. So just remember, Monday, the markets will not be open, right? And so let's get back to what's going on. The S&P has had the worst first half of the year since 1970. You're going to hear a lot about this. Since 1970, a lot of you that are listening to me weren't even born, right? And so we've had the worst start. If you go back to 1970, when inflation's high and everything that's happening right now that's kind of similar to the market that we're in, you will see that us being green at the end of fourth quarter is kind of in line, right? But even if you take that away, if you just look at inflation and where it is starting to slow down and actually peak, so we're looking for peak inflation. Once we hit peak inflation, we could better gauge when we'll be out of the worst. Now, timing the market is impossible. If one person could time the market, they'll be the richest person on the planet. But you could guesstimate or estimate so you can have a plan moving forward. I just trade with having a plan based on the market. That's why you guys know, you're tired of hearing it, I know, but I'm dollar cost averaging in stocks and crypto. I am mostly stocks and will always be mostly stocks and not mostly crypto. Because I'm not 16, right? If you're younger, you could experiment more and you could be more risky. If you're older, you should have less risk and more growth. So that's just what I think. You know, you do what's best for you. But I'm looking for that. So when I think that we are near the bottom, anything that I'm dollar cost averaging in, that's when I'm going to double down on my dollar cost average. Meaning I'm not going all the way in, but I'm just going to increase the amount that I'm buying weekly, monthly, and in crypto daily. So that's what my plan is. Tell me what your plan is when you think we're getting near the bottom. And so that's what I see for the market. Peak inflation by Q3. We're just entering into the second half of this year, right? We're just entering into the third quarter. And hopefully the worst, which was the first quarter, hopefully that's over. I go back to 2020 and when we had COVID hit us, that first year of 2020, the first half was horrible. But look at what happened to the second half. We were in a bull market. I brought my entire portfolio up 300%. For those of you that was rocking with me, leave me a comment. My entire portfolio was up 300% in 2020, and then we also killed it in 2021. And then in the end of 2021, Q3, I thought the market was overinflated, and it was. I was saying, hey, it's time to take profits, take profits, take profits. Some of you did, some of you didn't, but that's okay. We live and we learn, right? We live and we learn. And we learn how to rotate into what's coming next, right? So now, do you think, Larry, do you think we're out of the water or we're out of the red totally when Q4 of this year is over? No, I don't think so. I just think that we'll have some more green in the second half of the fourth quarter, the last 2 months. I believe it's just going to be green. I believe we'll have a nice pop or nice bump. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say I still believe that we're going to have a deeper recession in 2023. And I don't think this year, when we do have the bump in Q4, the last 2 months of the year, I don't think we'll come back to flat. I don't think it's going to be that bullish. I know once we start running, a lot of these analysts are going to get extremely bullish and overconfident and start to tell you guys, oh, we're going to hit new highs. And in the past, sometimes we have hit new highs. But I don't think we're going to do it this year because I don't believe that inflation is going to cool off that much. Not with gas this high and not with food this high. All right, good people, I'm going to make this one short and find my family here in the airport. Just tried to find some place quiet. Hey, I love you guys. Let's love each other. Let's help each other. Please continue. I want to thank you for sharing this page with your family and friends because now's the time that we should be investing and dollar cost averaging. All right. You guys already know about my links below. You know about Webull. You know about Moomoo. Just click my link below and deposit 100 into each. Get your free stuff. But let's get ready to kill this market. And then when the bull run starts again, we will be running with the bulls, okay? Love you guys. Live, love, laugh, and learn.